Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. This is your girl, Raquel. What's going on? Before I had Porch Talk, and I put it into the Porch Talk podcast for a second, and I think I'm bringing it back, but it's going to be Porch Talk, the late night show or after dark or some shit like that. So we're gonna talk a little trash today. The longer I stayed on that internet, the more ignorance I came across. So I had to cut it short because it was just like I can't present all this tonight, okay? But I do want to open this. First of all, before I say shout out to those watching me on the Porch Talk YouTube channel, shout out to you watching me on Facebook, shout out to you watching me on the replay. Please, I ask that you kindly subscribe to both of my YouTube channels, seeing as though I keep them both popping with different content, but good content nonetheless. So I ask for your support on that. So thank you for that. Today we're going to talk about Larsa Pippen. Yes, baby, we are talking about love, sex, and scandal. I'm talking about some scandalous shit. So we're going to get into it. We're going to be talking about Larsa Pippen. We're going to be talking about Fat Trel. We got some other scandal stories going on. And I didn't came across more shit. So listen, I want to open this up with this TSR clapback with Miss Masika. So it was a tweet that says, why is Masika Kalisha out here lying, talking about she's worth millions and only worth a good 800,000? So she claps back, right? I hear she a Gemini too. Girl, who the fuck are you and why are you so bothered by a woman who doesn't know you exist? My brokerage account alone has more than that. But the funny part is, even though you're completely loud and wrong, you don't have, nor will you ever have 800K or even 80K. Hell, you don't even have 8K. I said, well, damn, Masika. Is that how you went at her? Oh my God, baby. I wonder if she just went on ahead and shriveled down into the corner of her closet and shut the fuck up because that was crazy. Oh my God, that was crazy. I like that clapback though. I think people need to mind their business, stay out of folks' affairs. You know what I'm saying? Stay out of their damn business. I get that they on TV or whatever you think it is, but that don't mean y'all have to be as ridiculous as y'all do. But we're gonna continue to get into it. So, like I said, we were going to talk about Larsa Pippen, Fat Trel, some other scandals. But then I came across this shit here on TikTok. And I said I had to add this foolishness to the lineup. So let me play that right now. Check this out.
Y'all, so check this Ida out right here. This is a Ida. Her name is Ida Bonita. So Ida Bonita, right, was cutting up yesterday. Her and her boyfriend arguing. She saying some shit. He saying some shit. Whole time she a stripper, so you know. No holds bars with her ass. She don't give a fuck. No. She say, boy, I fucked 2 rappers on you in 3 years. She say, you rap they shit every day. She say, I got flued out, stuff with dick, and steak, and got paid. How you think I got my body done? Who bought my Rolex? Who really won? Bro knew better. That's why he was doing him anyway. You was a eater. You a stripper. That nigga say every time you went to the strip club, he went to cheat because he knew if you gonna take your clothes off for $1, if a nigga come with $1,000, you gone. And all the women on Facebook, she won. She won. What the fuck she win? Them niggas slutted her out and left her wet. That's it.
Okay, so let's unpack this here. Okay, first of all, he went in, didn't he? He went in. The sad part about that is neither one of them won. They didn't want a damn thing. Number one, the man ain't won because he ain't win and she ain't won with that response. Now, y'all want to talk about, I think y'all talking about semantics. Y'all talking about how she fried him. Okay, I can get with that. I understand that, but she didn't win anything. That sounded absolutely trifling, ridiculous, and crazy. That's what it sounded like. Like, girl, what? That is not a flex, boo. Listen, I'm not judging. I want to make it very clear. I'm not judging anybody because people have the right to live how they want to. And I understand everybody got their role to play and their place in this world. And I'm cool with it. I really am. But I'm just saying that does not change it from just because you are entitled to be who you are and do what you do. That don't mean everything need to be spoken out loud. I'm just saying sometimes we be oversharing. Okay. And boo, that was an overshare that the world did not need to witness. And then you see this man, he didn't sat up and put it on even further blast. I can't even imagine how many people shared that shit because it's absolutely ridiculous. But on top of that, this man made a video about it, and then I seen the video, and now I'm including in my video. So you already know. And honey, this is going, you could listen, you could scrub it all you want from your page. 20 years from now, it's still gonna be there because somebody then screenshotted it and everything. They got that, baby. They gonna have that in their archives. You ain't getting away with that one. So that was crazy. Yeah, that was why I don't think neither one of them won. I don't think neither one of them won because they are both living ridiculous as fuck. And I think it just I think it just works out. I think it just kind of cancels itself out. But she gonna be looking crazy though. But they didn't win nothing. So anyway, let's get to this here. Larsa Pippen hookup. Let's see. Okay. All right. So Larsa Pippen, if you did not know, and listen, I don't watch ball and I know this, okay? Larsa Pippen is the ex-wife of Scottie Pippen. You know, Scottie Pippen and Jordan play on the Chicago Bulls. I mean, it was one of the most fantastic, mind-blowing hookups or collaborations ever, especially when Rodman came into play. But we're not getting into that. And I am not a sports savant, but I'm just giving you some context from what I know. So it would be safe to assume because they had like a trio, they were just brilliant together to watch play, that they had some kind of relationship, right? Okay. So I think, and again, I'm not judging. I just think it's very interesting that out of all the athletes and celebrities that exist, why she went and chose Michael Jordan's son, Marcus Jordan. I mean, and again, she's entitled to choose whoever she like. She really is. But I'm just saying, given the history of the Chicago Bulls and the lineup and how, again, I will say Rodman, Pippen, and Jordan were so they was running that court together. It would be safe to assume they had a relationship, and she just really could have been with anybody else's son, but she chose his son. So that's that. And so now she comes forward. Again, she has the right to do so. And she clears up that they aren't engaged. However, Marcus has, in fact, given her a promise ring. So that's the thing. He's given her a promise ring. So he's given her some kind of word of his. Okay. And I believe she's happy about that. She's proud about that. And she clarified that. And again, although I'm happy for her happiness, I will say it's just so many other men I feel like, and I'm not trying to judge. I'm just saying this is what you know what I'm saying? I'm not nailing her to the cross, but I just feel like it could have been somebody else. It didn't have to be Michael Jordan's son. But what do I know? You know what I'm saying? That's how they live. That's her business, and I cannot dictate it for her. But baby, let me tell you, this whole thing here, let's keep going. Let's keep going. This whole thing with Fat Trel. So Fat Trel lost his virginity at 11 years old to his babysitter. And so let me expound on that. He was on the show with what is her name from formerly from the Breakfast Club, Angela Yee. He was on her show. He was being interviewed, and it came out that he had in fact had sex or lost his virginity at 11, and he went on to expound with his babysitter, which was 18. Now, here's the circumstances that this all happened. He and his cousin are watching porn, right? What the fuck are they doing watching porn, right? That's what I'm thinking. Okay, so that's followed up by the babysitter coming in the room. And then she asked them, why are they watching porn? Right? Now they think they're in trouble. They think they're going to get a whooping. Well, he goes on to tell the babysitter the truth. And what he tells the babysitter was, well, we trying to learn, they trying to learn how to throw down in the bedroom. Really, he said fucking. You know what I'm saying? We trying to learn how to fuck. And so the babysitter was basically said, well, you don't learn how to have sex by watching people have sex. You learn how to have sex by having sex. So jump in the shower and me and you about to do it. Now, this is an 18-year-old female babysitter saying this to this 11-year-old boy. That is highly inappropriate. And I just be like, what the fuck is really going on in the world? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on in the world? Now, I know you're still very immature in the mind at 18, but I can tell you at 18, I was not looking at nobody 11 under any circumstances. I don't care what I walked in on them doing or what I thought they was thinking about or nothing like that, or they gave me a look. No. As immature as you can be at 18 still and as slow as you can act, you know better not to be attracted to somebody 11, and you shouldn't. Okay. I'm not trying to take this people to the cross. I'm just saying. I'm not the only one on here thinking it. And if I am, you lying. Somebody on here watching me lying, because there's no way. Now, I applaud Fat Trel for coming forward and sharing that, because it highlights to the fact that women aren't the only ones being abused. Okay, it's just men don't talk about it. It be some female creeps out here too. That's why if you pay attention on Friday, didn't Unc's woman, she was all on Cube's character. I can't even think of his name right now. Ain't that terrible? Ain't that Craig? She was all on Craig. She was all on Craig. And then he told her to, she was like, meet me upstairs. They show you this stuff be going on. It just be a lot of inappropriate going on. Now, yes, in that regard, they're grown, but I'm just speaking like the age difference. Certain stuff is not always exact, but it's implied, so women are not the only ones that are out here getting violated. Men are too. And he pointed that out when he explained how at 11 years old, he lost his virginity to his 18-year-old babysitter. Now, I have already talked about that. If you're just coming in, shout out to you. I've talked about that, so you probably want to go to the beginning and start over. But yeah, that's crazy. I thought that was highly inappropriate, disturbing, and I felt that I needed to talk about it. And I want to, again, applaud this man for having the courage to talk about it in the manner that he did, however he did it. I appreciate that, because people need to hear stuff like this out loud to know that this is going on. They need to hear it. And that's how I feel about that. So, next thing, now we about to respond to some of these stories. So, I finally made me a Reddit account. I had one back in the day, but I deleted it and I made a new one. And I know what I've learned from TikTok, where TikTok grabbed my attention with how there would be little stories. Like they would have like a background. They've made like this video background, and they like talk out stories with the words on it. And so I noticed that I said, I'm going to make me a Reddit account, because I realized they were telling Reddit stories. And I made one. I said, well, let me start doing this, because some of this shit is scandalous and we need to talk about it. So that's why I said all that. And I said all that to say this. So the wife is 29 and she's upset at her 29-year-old male husband, about not taking her side. Now, the men watching this, they're going to be like, well, we already know. But let's go ahead and talk about it. So yesterday, my wife, married 10 months, came home upset from her doctor's appointment. Long story short, he told her he needs to keep an eye on her weight, as she has it is relayed to me by her from the doctor. Nearing obesity level at 5'7" and 190 pounds, she thought it was unfair for him to get on her about her blood pressure being normal, but on the higher end of normal. So I guess nearing bad. She was heated. He said those things to her, and when she saw I wasn't as upset as she called me on it. I told her that I can't say that the doctor is full of shit if her numbers are what they are. She said I was being unsupportive as a husband and told me not to even suggest a diet or exercise. And she isn't doing either. So homegirl was fed the fuck up. She didn't want to hear it. She was mad. She was offended. She was in her feelings. I'm sure her collar was hot. She was probably sweating up under her armpits after leaving this doctor. However, let's get real. Ma'am, if the doctor hadn't have told you shit and you would have went on and went forward with things and then would have gained more weight and then it been detrimental and he has this on record, people don't have time. The short of the long is this: people don't have time to catch lawsuits because you want to be in your feelings. No, we got to do stuff with protocol, because then you would be trying to sue me or something. And I don't even know if that's some suable shit, but these days people will try to sue over anything. You seen this, you knew I had this high blood pressure, this was going on, that was going on, you said nothing, and now I'm stroking the fuck out. And it's just like, ma'am, hey Royce, and it's just like, ma'am, stop it, okay? Stop it, because at the end of the day, he said what it is. If you 5'7", 190 pounds, you want him to tell you you 135? Stop it, ma'am. Stop it, stop it. And then you want your husband, I mean, maybe he could have said something like, baby, I understand how that could upset you, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. What we will do is we'll start going on walks together. I mean, he could have said that, but he didn't. And what he did do and say, it wasn't offensive, man. You were offended, okay? You were offended, and you wanted him to be just as delusional as you are. I know it's hard to hear, ma'am, but if you weigh 190 and you're 5'7" and you have high blood pressure or nearing high blood pressure, that's just what the fuck it is. And so if you don't like that, ma'am, my advice would be to you, and this is me doing the very thing that I'm about to tell you to do that you didn't want him to tell you to do, it's exercise. And you could try intermittent fasting. That would be my suggestions to you. Yeah, because this is wild, okay? The doctor said what he said, okay? And either he lying. Now, if he a lie, shame on him. But if he telling the truth, shame on you. Because you can't be getting mad at this doctor because he telling you the truth. And you know good and hell well this is true. Some been telling you for weeks you didn't had high blood pressure. You knew it. That's why you was mad. Like, damn, I was right. I was hoping I was wrong. Ma'am, you don't like it, just go ahead, go to the gym like the rest of us. And if you stop going, if you don't succeed, try again. I do it. Sometimes I stop and then I get right back. Like, let me get my ass back in that gym. It's a part of life. But what we not going to do is act like this man tripping, you tripping. So next scenario. So she, the female, is 29, cheated, and now wants me, the 30-year-old male, to move out of the house and everything else. Hi, everyone. My partner of 11 years separated with me last week. I then found out she's been sending photos to a guy, arranging dates with him, etc. I still live with this woman in a rental that I pay all the rent and bills on. She is also the mother to my 4-year-old daughter. We're not married, by the way, and we're located in the UK. Apparently, the breakup is all my fault. I wasn't there for her, didn't help enough, and wasn't a committed father. I love my daughter to the end of the earth. Admittedly, I could have done more around the house, perhaps, but I also work 8:30 to 6 Monday through Friday and earn 6 figures a year. So my job is quite demanding, while she works 2 days a week part-time. My predicament is she split up with me and now wants me to leave the house. She says that because of the amount of money she earns, it's her only choice, and that if I stay, she will be homeless, and so will my daughter. She cheated on me, separated us after 11 years, broke our family, and now wants me to leave. What on earth do I do? I'm gonna get y'all both together. I'm gonna get y'all both together because okay, let's talk about this. Did she want to get married? Okay, now that doesn't mean that if you don't marry a person, you don't love them or you don't whatever the version. Because for those, if we going off the Priscilla analogy, whatever form of love you think you are expressing, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't necessarily dictate that, but did she want to get married? Because if she did and it's 11 years, there's no marriage, she might be a little salty. Now, so that's your bad if that wasn't communicated because I'm getting to the root of why this woman is cheating. You know, she's coming up with you not available and this, that, and the third. And I get it, you gotta work. Me personally, certain, this is why I say I gotta get at both of y'all and then I gotta express my agreements too. Me personally, I appreciate a man that'll work. I'm not tripping about the hours, but I'm not dismissing the plight of the woman who thinks that's a bit much. So we gonna go on that. So she was complaining she was feeling a type of way, and she went to get in somebody else's arms or whatever. And I get why you would be mad about that. My thing about her is she got a right to be fed up with the situation and move forward. My thing is just tell your man you about to do that though. If you about to move on and you about to say fuck it anyway, right? You done with the relationship. Real talk. Let's talk about it. Let's really, really talk about this and think about this. You done with the relationship, right? You ready to move on. You fed up because he not around. He not paying you the attention. You're not feeling love, hurt, or whatever your complaints are. And then you go to another man. Just go ahead and tell him because you done anyway. But see, people don't want to do that. What they want to do is they want to sneak around and shit because I think halfway they be wanting to stay in a situation, but they want to feel something new. And then they don't want to feel no discomfort. So it's like, I'm going to keep you around. I'm not going to say anything and I'm going to cheat over here and I'm going to hope it's going to be a smooth transition. Like something work out and then I drop. No, it don't work like that. Stop bringing other people in the loop and you not telling everybody what's up because that's how shit be going down. That's how people get hurt. And her putting you out, I don't know. I think that's just her not wanting to face the music or what the hell she did. I really do because your man working and not the lack of attention doesn't mean you go cheat. It means you address and let him know how you feeling. And then and give him a chance to make alterations. Okay. But then if he doesn't make these corrections or alterations, then you bring it to his attention again and let him know I'm warning because I'm gonna start looking elsewhere because you got me feeling like you not in this. You say that. And then after that, you might want to bring it to their attention once again and keep it moving. But don't just be up here cheating and shit. You creeping. And you ain't letting the person know because that's not justified. That's not a justification. So, I think the whole putting you out and shit like that is just not to face the music of the dumb stuff. That's what I think that is. So that's my wrap on that. Next. Boyfriend, which is a 34-year-old male, says he will leave me. I'm the 31-year-old female if I go to therapy. Now, this already sounds like some shit, don't it? Okay, let's get into it. So my boyfriend, 34, and I, 31, have been together for about 3 months. 3 months. Keep that in mind, okay? 3 months. In different ways, he's shown immaturity, but I've mostly looked past it and kept telling myself nobody's perfect. But yesterday, I walk into my bedroom and he puts his phone to his face and says, "She's coming. I got to call you back." So clearly he wasn't on the phone and was playing a joke about talking to another woman. But in my opinion, it was extremely immature. And I told him it could be considered emotional abuse. So he goes on that he's a jokester and that in every other relationship he's played jokes and it was normal. I tell him, excuse me, my nose is itching. I tell him that a million other women could be okay with his jokes. That doesn't mean that I have to be. He tells me, fine, he'll be serious from now on and not make any more jokes. I responded by telling him I'm going back to therapy. So his response to that was, the day you go back to therapy, let me know because our relationship will be over. I asked him what's the problem with therapy and if he's worried the therapist will help me to realize unhealthy things about our relationship. He says people who go to psychotherapy come out worse and that a stranger shouldn't be giving their opinion on your life or telling you what to do. I know that given the context, me saying that I'm going to therapy may have sounded like a threat, but honestly, I feel like I'm struggling with compromising versus flat out ignoring red flags and the lines have become so blurred. I need someone to help me sort things out. Should such an ultimatum be a deal breaker? Look here, baby. You already know what the fuck is going on. You just said at the end of this shit, I'm ignoring red flags. That's all you need to know. But since you want somebody to be direct to you and tell you what the real is, number one, honey, 3 months. You going back and forth in your mind over this shit over 3 months. Let me tell you something, honey. First of all, his jokes you don't find funny. You feel like he's fucking with you. And see, people who do that, see, they joke and they so they be serious, but they say it's a joke to soften a blow and get away with it. And they be pressing their limits because they be having their own issues. Okay. Now here's the thing: his funky ass might not like therapy, and that's fine. He has the right to. But the fact that he have an issue with you going to therapy, you didn't say let us go to therapy. You didn't say you got to do this with me. You said you was going, and that lit his flame. He got mad. He almost jumped stupid out his shoes. Girl, bye. I will get the fuck on. Yes, you are ignoring red flags because what person has an issue with you going to therapy? You never said he was going. You said you was going. So what is he mad about? You're right. He probably read. He probably like, oh shit, she gonna get the 411 on my bullshit. But you already know. You don't need a therapist to tell you that. You need a therapist to tell you why you still sticking around in some bullshit like this. That's what you going to that therapist for. You trying to figure out in your mind at what point did you say this was acceptable, let me stay in it because it just doesn't make any sense. Baby, y'all don't have kids? No, y'all couldn't have kids together 3 months. It's not enough time to make a baby. So there is no reason why you should be sticking with this man and his foolishness. You don't have a child by him, honey. You don't have real estate with him. You don't have nothing with this man but a headache and anxiety. I suggest you keep it moving, honey. Because I'm gonna tell you, I could take these men's side and will a lot. But shit like this, I can't take the side of that. I don't even think shit like that is funny. People out here going through something, okay, and they don't have nobody to talk to. And if a therapist is their salvation, I'm all here for it. And I think it's real immature and quite crazy to sit up and make somebody feel like the shit up under your shoe for wanting to go to therapy. That, sir, I cannot deal with. And then you playing like you cheating and all this stuff. What are we in high school, baby? Stop it. Stop it right damn now. You better stop. You better stop. Get rid of that fool, honey. You listen. I gave you that for the free 99. You ain't even got to go to the therapist for them to tell you. You don't even need to know a reason. You already got the reason. The reason is read the shit back, and you'll see your reason why you need to get fuck rid of his ass. Okay, that's it. Okay, because I read it and I want to get rid of him. I don't even know who he is, but I'm shit. It make me want to go around open doors and get rid of some people because that shit is crazy. Sir, what? Okay. Okay. I love when y'all put shit up like this, baby, because I be liking to be able to go in on some bullshit. I do. Hey, I do. And this is the type of bullshit right here that I have to get to the bottom of because that really did something to me. First of all, the first red flag to me was 3 months. We going back 3 months. Sir, I just learned your name and birthday at 3 months. You can easily walk out that door. We good. We good. We good. We not connected like that at 3 months. We not. So I'm not about to go back and forth with you over shit like you playing, you saying you joking, but you not. You serious. You just acting like you joking. And then you up here making fun of me wanting to go to therapy. I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. And then what else did he have going on? He was showing immaturity. But I mostly looked past it and kept telling myself nobody's perfect. So basically, you had to rock yourself to sleep after seeing the obvious red flags to stay in a relationship with him. And baby, it's only 3 months and all this shit is going on. Honey, you don't have to hypnotize yourself to stay with this fool. Let him go. It's other people. Please don't live in the spirit of lack. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself because they'll have you dealing with stupid stuff and stupid people. No, absolutely not. Stop moving in lack, okay? There will be somebody else there for you that will meet you where you need to be met at. Now, nobody is perfect. You damn right about that. Nobody is perfect, but we use that too much. We use that to cover too much ignorance. Nobody's perfect, but that shit is ridiculous and it needs to go, honey. It needs to go. What day is your trash day? Put it on the curb and let it go. Okay? Let them come pick it up because that's ridiculous. Ain't nobody what? Baby, it's real life out here. I'm not about to play with you. I am not about to play with you. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. See, I'm the type of person, I'm going to be honest with y'all for real. This right here, and maybe I shouldn't even talk about this shit because it might be triggering me. Maybe the crazy might come out on this camera. But I'm gonna tell y'all about me. I don't have time for this. I don't be around shit like this. I don't because I'm gonna tell you if. So I know this with me, right? When shit really get up under my skin real bad, I have to hit a kill switch on me. I do. I have to hit that kill switch. I have trained myself, and then you might say it's not healthy or whatever. I don't even care. I'm telling you how I operate. I wasn't asking for your cosign on the shit, or I wasn't asking for your permission. I'm just telling you how it works. So I puts the kill switch because of the simple fact what I do not want to do is go crazy. I don't want to lose my mind. I don't want listen, because sometimes you could say shit and do shit that you can never take back. And I just feel like with people you love, you gotta be cool. That's what I feel like. I feel like with people that you love, you have to be cool because certain things that come out your mouth, words are spells. Words do have power, and certain things it's some things you can kind of clean up, but there are certain things you can say. I don't care what nobody say it would never leave that person. So you gotta be cool when you get in that moment of rage. So I don't even like people like this because I don't like nobody playing with me. To me, you're playing with me. Now that's gonna make me act a fool. And so I don't put myself in predicaments or around people that will bring that out of me because I don't need it in my life. I'm just trying to be cool. But this man right here, he ain't trying to be cool. He want to smoke. And baby, I'm telling you, you need to be putting his ass out on the curb for trash day because he sound ridiculous as fuck. Now we going to the next one. I didn't say all I could say about that. So the female's 29. The 29-year-old female called me 30-year-old male a pussy when my dog died. Is it over? Is it? Is it Billy? Is it over? We don't know his name, but I just call him Billy. I've had this dog for 10 plus years since he was a puppy. It was time to put him down as he was old and very sick. It was very sad, as you can imagine. This dog was like a family member to me. His loyalty was second to none. While I was mourning his loss in the days ahead, I occasionally cried, expecting my girlfriend of 3 years to maybe comfort me. She instead told me to get over it and stop being a pussy, man up. It was just a dog. This caught me by surprise, not knowing what to say. I was just like, yeah, you're right, but now I can't even look at her the same way. I thought I was going to marry this woman. The feelings I had for her just seemed to disappear. I almost feel nothing when I look at her. I don't know if this feeling will pass and I will regain the love for her or if there really isn't anything there anymore. I haven't told her, but maybe there isn't fixing this and this relationship is doomed. I'm not sure how to move forward. So let me make this disclaimer before I go in on this shit here. I'm not the type of person that just hold up one. Y'all will think because I say stuff, you might think, oh, she tearing down women or this, she not empowering women, and it's not that. And I don't hold no bar for either sex, so I address them accordingly and appropriately. And in this regard, this woman is out of order. First of all, just because you don't value animals or you don't have the same connection as animals as your spouse would, does not mean that you make them feel like shit for caring about their animal. Okay, that is a loss. This man lost his dog. Whether you understand it or not, you can kind of wrap your head around loss. Okay, so he lost his dog, and for you to call him a pussy because the fact that he had a connection to his dog as he should, because dogs are like part of the family, bimbo. You get mad at him and call him a pussy because he mourning? Girl, that's crazy. So I want to know what type of man this woman wants. She wants the type that's gonna go upside her head. I'm just asking, is that what she likes? Because it's nothing wrong with him expressing his feelings in this matter. It's not. And sometimes we got to get out of our own way and out of our feelings and actually be attentive to the feelings of our partner. Even when we don't understand it, we can do the best we can. Try your hardest. Okay. And I just feel like that goes both ways. And in this instance, she wasn't trying to do a damn thing. She wasn't trying to understand nothing. She wasn't trying to be cool. No, she made this man feel like nothing and demeaned him because he had the nerve to give a damn about his dog being put down. Now, you know that is crazy. You know that is crazy. Baby, I'm going to tell you something. This episode has been every bit of love, sex, and scandal, hasn't it? Woo-wee! It's been some shit, though. Think about it. People are unbelievable. People are so unbelievable. Like, the stubbornness of folks to just refuse to try to have a little bit of empathy, sympathy. Instead, we have apathy. It's really interesting, and it's a damn shame. It's a damn shame. My condolences goes out to this man about his dog. I definitely understand. Especially even so, I took care of a dog for over a week or two. And I had to eventually turn her into the pound, and I felt the type of way about that. And that wasn't my dog. I have two dogs. And I felt the type of way with that. But realistically, I could not house a third dog and continue to feed a third dog and take the dog to the vet and all of that stuff. All of this care that dogs need, you know. I can't do all of that, the groom or whatever. So it was unrealistic to keep her, and I had to give her away. I had to give her to the proper authorities that could assist her to the best of their ability because I couldn't do it. So I definitely get you having a dog over 10 years and having to put it down and being emotional about that. And for her to just demean and dismiss the situation is utterly ridiculous. And if you ended it, sir, you will be well within your right, because unless you want to marry an insensitive woman, then I say keep it going. But if that seems to have bothered you, that she was being insensitive, I say yes, the damn sure is over. How else and what else do you need to know? That's what I say. And I thank you for sharing the damn story. I appreciate it. And I hope I was able to help whoever this was that posted this, because that was some shit. But all of them that I read was some shit. And if you just coming into this show, start over from the beginning, because this is a good episode. I'm telling you, we get into some conversation. Well, I do. I'm just assuming that y'all over there, like, whatever, or saying what you saying through the screen, even though I can't hear you. But we having a good conversation nonetheless, okay? Via the interweb. So go ahead and check that out, because I got into that. Today is amazing. And you know what? This whole thing with Larsa Pippen too. And I just want to go back to that. I know that's one of the first, that was like more at the beginning. Larsa Pippen, these Kardashians, all that, it's like they all like copy and paste some shit. Like that, I don't know. They went for that little card. Like, it's just, and I mean, I guess it's okay, right? I'm not judging the look, but I'm just saying, like, it's nothing wrong with showing up as who you are. Yeah, y'all, it's one thing to make alterations, but y'all out there coming out looking like a whole different individual when you get done with all these nips and tucks and adjustments. It's crazy. It's crazy. Y'all I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying you can't do what you want to do. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Heck, fuck your face up if you want to. But I am saying though, when y'all come out looking like a whole different individual, that should be ridiculous. I'm just saying, we got to realize that we are not loving ourselves and not realizing that there is beauty in differences. There is beauty and strength in being who you are, being true to it. And I'm not saying you are not entitled to, we wear accessories, right? We accessorize ourselves with earrings and necklaces, and we put good scents on. We accessorize and adorn ourselves, but and that's fine. But I understand. Maybe you got a crooked nose, you know what I'm saying? So you fix the crook in your nose. I understand to justify alterations, but y'all, I mean, damn, if you to think that you built like SpongeBob and then you want to come out like Jessica Rabbit from the table and then you might not make it. I mean, I'm just this stuff be crazy and unrealistic. And I don't be mad at me, but I just gotta say what it is. We are killing us. What's that song on TikTok? These BBLs is killing y'all. What is that? These BBLs is killing. What is going on? These BBLs is killing y'all. Y'all coming out the house looking like parentheses. Y'all looking like the mama off the Incredibles. What is going on? These BBLs is killing y'all. Like, what is going on? Y'all on botch, damn near. Botch broke down the whole procedure of the BBL and why it's detrimental to women and it's taking them up out of here. And I was totally flabbergasted. I was like, what? That BBL does that? And that at that high of a risk? Fuck it. I would just be a bell pepper shaped bitch. I'm just saying. I will take the bell pepper guide. I'm good. Because I'm not about to sit up for what? I mean, because at the end of the day, when you go from a bell pepper to Jessica Rabbit, you bound something to go wrong because that ain't even natural. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you ain't even gonna really live long enough for anybody to even see it. So what's the point? I don't know, allegedly or whatever. I'm just saying this is just for educational purposes or whatever they say to keep your ass from somebody trying to come from you, come for your pockets. But I'm just saying, you ain't gotta listen to what I'm saying. Do what you want to do. It's your thing. Do what you want to do. I can't tell you who to sock it to. I can't tell you who to get a BBL from or where to get it from. You want to get it from the alley to the hotel to the surgeon's table, honey. Do whatever you want to do. I'm just saying is killing us, and some of this shit is ridiculous. And when some of y'all be looking like parentheses, and some of y'all be looking like something went wrong, something made out the lab, y'all be looking like genetically modified meat or whatever fuck y'all be looking like off of that table. I'm just saying, y'all. You know what? I would be mad as hell if I was some of y'all. I'd rather take the bold shape because you know what? One thing you can do, you can explain the bold shape. I came out like this. I came out like this. I came out like this. Struggling. You know what I'm saying? You can say that, but when you go pay to get fucked up, and I could talk my shit because I ain't gonna name nobody. I ain't gonna name no names. So if you feel a type of way, hit dogs holler. I guess that dog didn't hit your ass because shit. Y'all, some of this shit look crazy. Some of y'all look like y'all, and I know it's not all BBL. Sometimes some of it is these silicone shots. I know that, but whatever it is you injecting up in your behind, like y'all over there getting turkey basted or whatever the hell, whatever's going on, whatever you doing, that stuff is killing y'all. And some of y'all look crazy. Some of y'all look like an experiment. Some of y'all look like some shit that didn't grew at a lab. Stop doing that shit. Stop it. I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. I'm not a big fan of my arms. And I can get rid of the stomach that after I had 3 kids, I got to tuck in my drawers. I'm just saying. But what I'm not going to do, I ain't trying to risk it all. I didn't thought about it. I didn't thought about it, but I'm not trying to risk it all, honey. I don't know. I don't know about that. And I know it's hard to say, you know, I don't have the problem. I don't have that problem to where I would need to get a BBL or anything like that. So I know it's kind of hard to take it from me. But I'm just saying, if you can't take nothing else, it don't make no sense to die over these BBLs. And it don't make no sense to end up looking like some circus freak or something. Just stop it. Stop it, baby. Don't do it no more. Stop it, baby. Please, for me, stop it. Oh, make sure y'all get these likes up in the video and y'all sharing this video. Because like I said, they don't invoice you for likes, baby. That's not what they do. I've never gotten an invoice for one. So if you're not liking this, that means you don't like me. Or you're just a hater. Or it could be both. Two things can be true at once. You know what I'm saying? So like this video for me. And make sure if you just coming in, go all the way to the top and watch it. Because I done talked about some stuff. It's been some juicy stuff up in here. Okay? Hey, you, let's keep in touch. Head on over to RockyRoadTV.com/network. And when you arrive to the page, scroll on down to the prompt to lead you to subscribe to my newsletter. Enter your email, first name, last name, hit subscribe. This first button leads you to Rocky Road TV, and the second one leads you to Porch Talk. Sign up to be a guest on Candace Stories of My Soul or the Black Love group chat with this form. Here's how to get to Rocky Road TV YouTube channel through the browser, and how to get to Porch Talk YouTube channel from the browser. Yes, these are both my YouTube channels. Please subscribe to both of them. Until next time, toodles!